Yeah, well, my traditional craft fellowship's about making stained glass and repairing and conserving stained glass windows. Well, my stained glass journey happened, it sort of started about 5 years ago, and Rab was doing a particularly big job and needed someone to help him move huge bits of glass about the studio and painting the glass and stuff. And he had initially asked me if my daughter's boyfriend could help him move the glass. I said, no, I'll do that. And then it just kind of went from there. So whatever Rab's kind of had on in the studio, I've been keen to go downstairs and help him with. So at the moment, we've got quite a big job from Edinburgh. It's in Tynecastle School, and the school has been repurposed. I think they've built a new school, a new secondary school, and so the old school has been bought over by developers, which I think they're turning them into student flats. So it's an arts and crafts building, and they have a particularly nice glass dome within the building, and the dome itself is in quite bad repair. There's quite a lot of breaks in lots of the glass. The glass and the lead is all quite manky, and it's all quite dirty and requires cleaning. So all the sections have been taken out. So we've got 12 different sections. They're all still in the wooden tracery, which makes them all quite heavy to manage. So we're busy taking the lead out of the wooden tracery, taking all the putty off, cleaning the lead and the glass, and then repairing any breaks and replacing lead and glass. The project that Rab did for Webster's Theatre, creating 6 new windows, it gave me the chance to paint on all 6 of the panels, and I loved that. I loved the process and building up layers of paint and firing them, and seeing the results once they come out the kiln. So I'm looking forward to doing more of that, actually. Yeah. We're really fortunate in the respect of the studio is in the basement of the house, so it's quite compact and bijou, you could put it that way. So it's quite a small studio, but we've got everything that we need there. We've got 2 glass tables, we've got all the paints and equipment that we need. We've got a storeroom at the back of the studio where we keep all the power tools and stuff. So it's really quite a nice place for 2 people to work in. Any more than 2 in it would be a bit uncomfortable, but we've got everything there that we need, and it's quite a nice place to work. For me, it's a brilliant opportunity because I had been looking for something creative to do after I graduated from art school. I did lots of different projects and things, but over the last few years, I was kind of on the lookout for something that would be able to use my creative skills with, and it's just absolutely perfect for that. So there's a lot of transferable skills, but there's also a lot of learning there as well. So it kind of fits the whole package really. It's just really good, and it's also interesting learning about the history of stained glass, particularly in Glasgow, which has got a really rich stained glass history from the arts and crafts period. So it's brilliant to be able to help conserve and repair all that kind of history really. So the work that I'm doing in the studio at the moment that's on film, it's a copy of a window by a guy called George Walton, and Walton was quite a prominent architect around about the late 1800s. I think the window is actually, it's not from a Glasgow property, it's from somewhere down south, around about Somerset, and it was an internal window. The window appears on the cover of a book on Walton, and as soon as I saw it, I thought that's a beautiful window. It's very simple. The colours are very muted, and it just attracted me in the way that he had used the rhythm of the lead to create this almost musical piece. When I saw it, I thought I'd love to be able to do that. So it's got a challenge there for me. The lead work looks quite simple, but it's actually quite complicated, I think, to put together, to jigsaw puzzle it all together. It will take quite a bit of trial and error, I think. So there's a fair bit of learning in it for me. So we were just setting that up in the studio this morning, just making a right angle to start at one corner and work my way across the pictorial space, and we'll see if it all fits together. Yeah, so it all started from a drawing. So I made a scale drawing of the original, and then just took it from there. And I had to look through. We've got lots of glass drawers in the studio, full of glass from, because Rob's been in the business for quite a few years. There's quite a lot of scraps of glass that's come from other pieces of work. So I managed to find glass that was pretty much the same as the glass that Walton's used. So it was good to find the glass that I needed already in the studio. So yeah, we always start off with one corner, usually always the right angle, and then build out from that right angle right across the pictorial space. So that was just at the beginning of the piece of work. So after we put the right angled wood on, we'll put the first two pieces of lead on, the sort of horizontal and vertical vertical up the side, and then you just start building the glass in, which has been pre-cut. So the glass, I don't know if you would have noticed, the glass has already been cut and stuck down with blue tack onto a plain piece of glass. So I'll be taking it one piece at a time and just popping the glass in as we move the lead.